Give me a sec. Let me. All right. So, hello everybody. Hey, Toys, how you doing, man?
I'm good, you?
All right. While we're waiting for some people to see if we can get some more people to show up, you want to talk about your buddy there?
Oh, this is my little friend Scareglow. He's from the original Masters of the Universe toy line. This is a 3D modeling that I printed out. The original figures are about the size of his arm, and he's been blown up to be 3 times the size. So he's around 18 inches,
Hmm. Yeah,
and
that
he was
sounds
given a
great.
thumbs up for the mic stand.
All right, that's cool. Um, let me see. Yeah. Why don't you tell everybody about if you want to do a little promotion of yourself there? Then you do a little. Hello, Mighty Geek Studios. Somebody that I've seen on uh Pop's site. What's new, everyone? Well, we're just waiting to see we can get some more people to come in, my friend. We're just but in a few minutes here we'll probably get started on tonight's topic matter,
Woo!
um, which will be covering some comics history, looking over some comics, some information from August of '38, primarily focusing on David McKay publications and Eastern Color, and we'll be taking a look. Probably the majority of our reading will be from the 50th issue of Famous Funny. So you can stick around, and of course, if you don't mind, if you can like and share the stream, so we can see if we can get some more people in here, that'd be appreciated. Let's see. As I said, um, so toys. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about or promote for a couple minutes?
Uh, I'm pretty good. I would always recommend my favorite people to watch. Mike Walters, one of my favorite people. Cumbrian, awesome broadcaster as well. There's many others.
All right. Well, we got three people in here, so that's a good point to start.
Ooh.
Let's see, just over the 3 minute mark. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and get started then. Going to go ahead and get started with our coverage. So we're going to first look at King Comics number 30, but unfortunately, most of the David McKay stuff, unfortunately, um, is not available. Nobody ever scanned that stuff. But what we are going to do is we're going to go over to Great Comics database here. And we're going to look at some stuff here. We'll look at the cover of so this is the cover from King Comics number 30 right here. Cover date September of 1938, went on sale in August of 38. So let's at least take a look at the cover here. Popeye and the sombrero playing, and then this character, from what I understand, the little kid there sitting on the 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 base there, I believe, is named Henry, and then you got Olive Oil right there. You know, and you see over here the 10-cent mark. That's how much comics were back in August of '38. You know, when they went on sale. Um, so let's see. So there we go with that, and then let's go ahead. Popeye and Henry. So September 1st. Let's see. Kimball Theater was 4 pages. Sir, do you mean to say my credit is no good here? I'm trying to do that as Olive Oil. and and this particular story reprints of Sunday strips dated November 28th, December 5th, 12th, 19th from 1937. So kind of it's kind of funny. We were our the dates of our comics retrospects were actually that was December November 5th, 12th, and 19th, those Fridays. So we got Barney Baxter and his Flash Gordon here, Gus Falls as Aura. They got so among the features here included E.C. Seeger's Thimble Theater, which was basically Popeye. You had Flash Gordon from Alex Raymond, King of the Royal Mounted, originally by Zane Grey with art by Charles Flanders. Those of you who may not know, Zane Grey was Colonel Potter's favorite author in MASH. Oh, wait. So what you were? Who was the first costume hero? Green Hornet. No, it was the Phantom. And
yeah, I guess the Green Hornet.
Actually, I believe. Oh wait, the first costumed hero. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know because I know the. Oh, BatGoat's here. Hey, BatGoat.
Hey, BatGoat. How you doing, bud? Great to see you on.
Yeah. What's up, bro daddies? I took a break from cleaning. Actually, I'm done for the night. I need a sawzall to finish stuff in the garage.
Captain Napkin face.
No, we'll be getting to him next week, BatGoat. We'll be getting to him next week. When RJ comes on. Yeah, actually, well, I know that the first superhero, actually, BatGoat may be right because, in comic books, I believe. Well, okay, in comic books, if you guys remember, because we covered this, the Clock debuted. Who was you consider a costume superhero in the Clock actually debuted in Centaur Comics. I believe it was the originally comic pages. Like there was a dual opening with him. Funny Pages, I think number 6, and Funny Picture story number 1, or vice versa, something like that. But the Clock, who could be considered a costume superhero, came out in 36 as well. Through Centaur. So.
But I think he said the Phantom came in 33, didn't he?
He said the Phantom came in 36.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. I can go back to that.
Yeah, I thought I read 33. That's why I was like, oh man, because I was thinking Phantom, but I was like, that's probably wrong.
No,
he seems like he's a little bit newer than what I thought.
it was the Phantom, which debuted in 1936.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is that his newspaper? That his newspaper debut, or is that his comic book debut? Because I think I don't know, the Phantom in comic books debuted that early. Now, granted, my expertise is a little bit more DC than anything else, but I'm just learning some of this stuff now. But I think I have seen the Phantoms feature here and there. When we've looked at Ace Comics, because that's where they were here. So, car is all good. Cost a lot less than I thought it would. Did Dr. Occult wear a costume, or was it more a magician? Actually, Dr. Occult wore more of a traditional detective's outfit. Kind of the fedora, the trench coat. That was more Dr. Occult. Now, Dr. Occult, who debuted in New Fun number 6, that was in 1930. I believe that was in 1935. I believe, or yeah, 1935. So you could argue he was the first one to be the first superhero. His newspaper strips debuted in 1930. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so he might not be the first costume hero in comic books because as I said, I believe the Clock may have beat him there. The Clock came out in Centaur. I know it in was either in Funny Picture Stories number 6 or Funny Pages number 1 or vice versa on the numbering. And then Robert's here. Hey, Robert.
Hey,
Hail,
Robert.
Zenu. Hail, Princess Lena. Our only true saviors. Um, hey, Robert. All right. So, anyways, thank everybody, and if you guys can like and share this thing so we can get some more people in here, that'd be appreciated. Anyways, so yeah, so that's a good piece of talk there about who the first costume hero was.
That was pretty good.
Anyways, let's get back to finding out some of these other features that were going on at this time. King of the Royal Mounted, as I pointed out, was from Zane Grey, who was Colonel Potter's favorite author. It was a Western frontier adventure type story. Then you had, of course, News and Pictures, Hall of Fame in the Air, Sappho, Bringing Up Father, Ted Towers' Animal Master, News and Pictures Against Scott Scrapbook, Red Men, Sports Features. So, hey, these are just some of and as many of these reprint collections were back then, they were kind of a hodgepodge anthology of different stuff. They had some humor in them. They had some adventure. They had some detective stories. You had a little Annie Rooney here from Brandon Walsh. Not the character from 90210. It was a totally different guy by that name. And penciled and inks by the art done by Nicholas Fonsky. Henry here, who's another positive feature, I think, back at the time. Mandrake the Magician. Here's another one. Again, not necessarily a costume hero. He's just a magician, so he wore more of the traditional magician wears, as it were. Let's see. Mandrake is aiding Betty on a world treasure hunt to find 5 numbers. So, of course, Lee Falk, who also created, so Lee Falk created both Mandrake the Magician and Phantom, who would later show up in 1986 on the syndicated cartoon Defenders of the Earth with Flash Gordon and Lothar, Mandrake's assistant. And you had Radio Patrol here. So these are just some of the features that they would feature in this. Again, not much more can be said or done just because I don't know of any other information here available. I'm going to respectfully punk out.
You're not allowed, BatGoat. You're not allowed to leave. You got to stay here now and hang out with us for a little bit longer. Give us 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Another one of Lee Falk's creations. Yeah, Mandrake the Magician was one of. All right. So, anyways, I just wanted to show you guys the features here, and this is the 30th issue of King Comics that went on sale in August of '38. Cover date September '38. Usually, the cover date was a month to 2 months after the on sale date. So this is 30th issue. So now with that all being done and said, now we will go ahead and we'll go on to our as you would often hear in the movies, we'll go on to our feature performance of the evening. We're gonna be going to feature funnies or no, I'm sorry, famous funnies number 50 from Eastern Color. Now, Eastern Color was basically the first comic book company to come into existence. And up through 38, they were still only producing one book, and that book was Famous Funnies. Started up in, first went on sale, I believe, in July of 1934. Um, and with that, let's see. There we go. And
Like
with
Mighty Geek Studio said,
huh?
now we can't talk. Like Mighty Geek Studio said, now we can't talk 30s comics without discussing the femme fatales.
Well, yeah, I don't know if we'll catch any this issue, but I usually do try to include at least one of the features I'll read where we're talking about a strong female character. So doing X-Men with the kids on Sunday, can't wait.
Xmas.
Oh, Christmas.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sweet, sweet BatGoat.
all right, so we got 5 people in here. Yay, 5 people. Yay, cool. All right, so now we gotta get the issue number 50, so I can find it. All right. So number 50 here. Famous funnies, and then here, funny. I've been hearing birds sing for a week. Now, Toys, why do you think he's saying that? Can you see why he might be saying that?
Yeah, they're nesting right on top of his crown.
Uh huh. Yeah, his
Some could
crown
say,
has become a bird's nest.
yeah, or you could read into that saying that he maybe that person's a bit cuckoo.
Cuckoo or bird brain.
Yeah.
So here we go. So let's see. Laugh with Napoleon, Chief Wahoo, Okie Dokes, and Queenie. Thrill with Buck Rogers and Sky Roads. And then the cover date September. You know, again, the nation's comic monthly. And said this is the first what they called newsstand comics, because comics at this point were not sold out of comic stores, comic book shops yet. They were still sold out, out of the newsstands, partly due to the fact that they were not called comic books back then. They were called comic magazines.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, jokes.
mm-hmm. Hey, let's see. Mike beat me to Bird Brain. My mind's pretty quick. Famous Funnies had the best jokes. Yeah. Well, they actually, one of the first feature we're going to look at here, though, it's not a humor feature. It's more of an action adventure feature. Well, Patsy Thimble and the Phantom Magician here.
Mm-hmm.
And when we get to the actual, now we'll come back to some of these. Here we go. This is the first feature we're going to read. So this feature started up in Famous Funnies with issue number 39 from what I had read recently, and ran for quite a while. This is Eagle Scout Roy Powers. I'm just increasing the font here so everybody else can see it better as well. As I'm reading it. True that. So, anyways, so Eagle Scout, Roy Powers, the official story of the Boy Scouts of America. Now, for this time, of course, the Boy Scouts were being pushed quite a bit. I believe it may have been an organization. The Boy Scouts of America was, I believe, an organization that was started up during Teddy Roosevelt's time to encourage, boys in particular to get more involved, in conservatism and or conservationism and the outdoors.
Yeah, get more involved in their community.
Well, not necessarily just their community, but outdoors, like the woods, like getting out into the mountains and going camping and fishing and all that. So, by Paul Power. but also some community involvement too. I don't know if Toys, you could answer this one because you're from Canada.
Oh,
Do they
okay.
have a Boy Scouts up there or some variant?
Yeah, they do have a Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts up here. Um, I haven't seen any Boy Scouts lately. I think they kind of went extinct. They're now just called the Scouts.
Yeah, well, from what I understand too, they've been kind of on the decline too. But I think that has a lot to do with because from what I understand too, a lot of at least here in the States, a lot of the Boy Scouts are usually done through local churches. So, um,
Yeah,
anyway,
wasn't it 5 years ago where the Girl Scouts sued the Boy Scouts into oblivion out there in the
maybe
States?
I don't know. I do remember they did get some legal issues come up, but
Hmm. A bloody shame, I say. A bloody shame.
a return to nature in many cases. Hmm. Let's see. TR made the national parks. Yep. So here let's go through some of these. TR made the national parks. Yes, he did because he was he's a big nature guy, big outdoorsman type. Um, a return to nature in many cases. Boy Scouts were invented by General
Baden.
Powell, Baden
Baden. Hmm.
Baden Powell, a Victorian general. All right, they did. Hmm. All right, so let's get in. Let's get into the article here. What am I bid for Lady Peace? Say, where did Rocky go? I'm gonna shrink this down just
Okay.
here, just so we can get more of the pictures and stuff in there. Let's see if I can still read it with the.
Mm.
Hey,
That
where
guy
did
got a
Rocky?
bloody finger.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go back up by 50. Just trying to get the right balance of
Yeah.
magnification between being able to read the words and still get enough of the picture in there where it's not so cropped off. Okay. Colonel Hitchin or Hinch Cuffs. Okay, Colonel Hinchcuff's horse is being sold at auction at the Sheldon horse show. What am I offered? $100. Mr. Clark Dillon offers $100. That's too much, Roy. Bad enough losing her, but to lose her to that scoundrel? Easy, Colonel. Oh, okay. All right. I guess I. All right. Okay. Will Clark Dillon buy Lady Peace?
Looks like he will.
200, 500, 150. There's another down there. In terms of the narrative there. 500 is Mr. Dillon's bid. Anyone else? I'm the only fool who'd bid 500 for a broken um down nag. Did you hear what he called Lady Peace? Let me go. Let me. Easy, Colonel. Are you through? All through? Going going to Mr. Dillon for $500. Hmm. Toys. Why do you think he might have been if he thought that the horse was a broken down nag? Why do you think and apparently the colonel was not happy with the fact that he was the one trying to buy it. Okay, why do you think he would spend that much money for what he called a broken down nag?
Hmm. Maybe the horse has got a pedigree to it. Other than that, I really don't know.
Well, based on what I just read there, what else do you think could possibly be going on?
Maybe he's buying it out of spite.
That's what I was kind of thinking too. That
Yeah.
maybe he's got some axe to grind with this Colonel um, Hinch and Cuff or whatever that name is. All right, so let's.
Going.
Oh, did you want to add something there?
Oh no, I was just reading BatGoat's comments.
Uh, so far, Clark Dillon has had the bidding all to himself, and gloom settles down upon our friends. Going, get it over with. Boys, this is torture. Wait
A
a
minute.
minute. I'll give 750 for Lady Peace. Unnoticed, a new bidder enters. $750, that's too much. Look, fellows, it's Rocky's dad. At the last minute, Philip Jones, Rocky's dad, raises Clark Dillon's bid. Going at 750 to Mr. Philip Jones. Going. Congratulations, Mr. Jones. We're glad you got her, Mr. Jones. I know you'll take good care of her. She'll have the best of care. Come along, Rocky. Wait, what's the hurry? Well, Colonel. Well, Colonel, you got your money anyway. But I've lost the best friend in the world. Continued on the next page here. Reason I keep scrolling down is just make sure there's no narrative there to read. Cheer up, Colonel. You're right, Roy. Guess I'm just an old sentimental fool. But I can't help it. Let's go back to the car. We wrecked the trailer, lost the horse, and got here too late for the show. Swell friends we are. Roy, boys, am I seeing things? What's the meaning of this? Lady Peace! Rocky, what's the idea? Explain, will you? Dad and me, we've always wanted to show our appreciation. what's that got to do with Dad and I thought that there's nothing the scouts would appreciate more than giving Lady Peace back to the Colonel. We're doing that in the name of the Beaver Patrol. I'm still not following here.
Oh, we
You
got it
mean
toast back.
Oh, now I get what happened. Now I get. I think I just figured out what exactly was going on. Oh, are you guys doing math problems on here now? Uh Oh, I get BatGoat's probably showing us utilizing his inflation calculator,
Yeah.
right? To show us what toys you want to. Did he come up with a final answer of that or?
Yeah, he did. He said, what the heck was it? It said 500 was 500 was 9,600 in 1938.
Uh,
And so what did he come up with later? It was 750 equals 14.7K.
okay.
Yeah. And then I come up with 14.7 divided by 3 is 588 or 5.88. I was like, so your math is just a smidgen off, just a razz a little bit.
Hmm. All right. So, anyways, you mean you're giving back Lady Peace to Colonel Hinchcliffe? Now, Colonel, don't deprive Dad and me of a chance to do something for these guys. I'm sorry, son, but I can't accept. It's mighty generous, but you see, Colonel, you've got to accept. We only bought the horse to give her back to you. I can't. It's too much. Lady Peace, I'd rather have you back than anything in the world. Sounds like he's letting his pride get the better of him. Wouldn't you agree, Toys?
Yeah, very much so.
All right. So, Colonel Hinchcliffe is as happy as a kid with Lady Peace back, and there's one little thing that needs fixing. Chunky gets right down to business. If it's the custom for the horse show winner to donate his prize to the Humane Society, why don't you ask Clark Dillon? I'm sure he'd be glad to. We'll see Mr. Dillon at once. Later at the Dillon home. You see, it's a custom, Mr. Dillon. Why, well, sure he will. Thank you, Miss. Oh, maybe is that a woman? Oh, it can't be because even women didn't wear ties back in those days. Albeit the art makes it look like a woman, though. Yeah. How much glue could your man? Uh,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A
wait.
lot of glue. That's how much.
Thank you, Mr. Dillon. You're very generous. I'd like to break your necks. Get on the next page. All right. Why are we taking this trail, Roy? I thought we'd cut over to Sheldon Lake. We'll see some beavers. Beavers? I thought they wouldn't stay near human habitations. There's an old factory on Sheldon Lake, remember? Oh, that place has been deserted for nearly 20 years. Wait a sec, Chunky. It looks as if this place isn't deserted. Jingos! Kind of like Velma's Jinkies, huh?
Yeah.
Chunky, there is somebody camping here. Let's look in the old factory. Is is the door locked, Roy? Yes, and with a new lock. New hinges on the door, too. Take a look through the skylight. Okay. Get out of here, you young punk, and get out quick, or I'll wipe up the yard with you. Huh? If you don't want this right in the pan, get going. All right, mister. We didn't know that we were trespassing. There are no signs. Oh, wisecracker, eh? Come on, Chunky. Guy's doing a little bit more than just simply chase. It seems like the guy's doing a little bit more than just chasing them off his property there, huh?
Yeah.
Burke, what are you doing? Drop that club. Why, boss, you told me. Roy, look who that is. Burke, were you going to use that club on those boys? So what? Uncle Bob? Hey, Uncle Bob! Roy, well, I'm glad to see you, lad. It's a surprise to find you here. Chunky, meet my Uncle Bob Brown. An original name there, huh? There, Bob Brown?
Yeah.
Hey, Joyce. Uh, Burke, it seems to me that a couple of scouts could hardly be regarded as suspicious people. You're through. I'm fired. I'm fired, am I? But don't get no idea that I'm through. Oh boy, is that gonna set something up, huh? Now remember, I think these are actually reprints. These were originally printed in the newspaper and then were reprinted in the comic book here. Well, Uncle Bob, I hate to see a man lose his job on my account. It wasn't entirely what he just did. He's a surly fellow. For those of you who may not know, surly just means like kind of irritable or like mean. You know, kind of somebody who's just kind of grumpy, grouchy.
Hmm.
What are you do? What are you doing out here in this old factory? It's an important secret to me. We find Burke and some others in the office of Corliss Brand, a motorboat manufacturer. Our friend Burke has got himself fired. We've got to have a man there. You there. Get over there quick and apply. But um I want you Dimick to be the one he hires. I want you, Dimick, to be the one he hires. Well, Uncle Bob, if what you're doing is secret, Chunky and I will go. What was that? What did you just laugh there?
Oh yeah, I'm just looking at BatGoat.
Oh,
BatGoat's chats. Yeah.
Gruff. Oh yeah,
I threw some mass salad at him, and he just let it go. So I was like, all right, cool.
Hmm. I never said anything about it being a secret from you. Wait till I get this door unlocked, and I'll show you. There she is, boys. The comet. She's only a skeleton now, but she's going to win the Cameron Prize for me. Gee whiz! Boy, she's going to be a Lulu. Lulu back then would have been like doozy or wow. I'm staking everything that I have on winning the Cameron Prize with this boat. Uncle Bob, could I bring Dean Carter out to see this? If he's a friend of yours, I don't mind. I don't want anything to get out about the design of the comet. Don't worry, Uncle Bob. Dean won't talk, but why the secrecy? Well, Roy, the only dangerous rival I have in the cup race is a motorist manufacturer named Corliss Brand. He's a bad egg. He'll stop at nothing. Bad egg, which we see a lot of at this time. Bad egg usually means somebody's bad guy, evil guy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is rotten to the core.
So the term Lulu is slang that means outstanding, impressive, or excellent.
Very good. Mr. Bob, Mr. Bob. There's three men outside applying for the watchman job. All right, I'll be out to see them. You know, it's kind of funny here though,
What's that, Mike?
considering that it seemed like he just fired the. If Burke was the old watchman, doesn't it seem kind of odd that these guys would already be, you know, I mean, he probably hasn't even announced yet that he needs a new watchman, and yet these guys are already. Doesn't that seem kind of suspicious to you? Wouldn't that seem kind of suspicious to you, Toys?
Yeah.
Today finds Roy in Sheldon talking to Dean Carter, a Sea Scout. Sea Scout must be like the sea version of the Boy Scouts, the ones that are
Yeah.
more focused on naval stuff. And he's going to enter in the big Cameron Cup race. Uncle Bob said, I can bring you out. Want to go, Dean? Sure, let's go. Okay, Dimmick. This ought to be good. This ought to be a good job for an ex-sea seafaring man. You understand your duties, I suppose. Aye, sir. Thank ye, sir. I'm your man. So, meanwhile, out at the factory on Sheldon Lake, and then a little later at the Corliss brand um, works, um, a few miles up the lake. Mick just called me. He's hired. Now, if he can just keep playing the part of the old sailor until he gets those plans, we've got to have them. That isn't going to be easy. Brand Burke says Bob Brown keeps the really important plans in his pocket. How you liking the story so far, Toys?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
I'm hoping that
He's,
my voicing is doing okay.
yeah, it's not
Maybe,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Maybe
pretty
not as
interesting
good as
story
other
though.
weeks, right? But
Hmm.
I didn't really prep too well, I guess, for this. But what?
Oh, BatGoat's telling jokes in chat. It is Friday after all.
Uh, And normally when he's here, we do have our Lowell's trophy, and I'm
Yeah.
guessing that was probably it for. Let me go
Hmm.
back a page here. See what this says. It may say continue next month. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So there we go. So we'll kind of shrink the page down a bit here, the
Okay.
font down a little bit, so we can like look at more of the stuff, and then we get to another
Yeah.
what
Oh, BatGoat's like, LOL, my turn. Yeah.
200 find or just breezing through. Um, Nipper. Let's see, Sky Roads. Okay, so this one's a aviation one. So I know this is one of this would be one of BatGoat's favorite type. He's more into aviation history. All right, so here we go. Just to see fair play, I'll keep my um, hog legs on you both. What's the big idea? I'll reckon you'll find out. Now drop all shooting irons to the floor. Huh? What? We going to shoot with them? We're going to shoot with them? What are we going to shoot with then? You both can have your guns after you get inside your your kin. Drag 'em in on the ends of these lasso ropes. That'll make everything above board. I'd better get my gun quick. Now, where is that buzzard? I can't see a thing. Silky's foot scraped the rocky floor, and the kid's gun boomed in the darkness. Back at the ranch, down yonder is the horse corral, where we keep the gentle ones. What's the ruckus anyway? Ride 'em, cowboy! Yippee! Yippee!
Excuse me.
Just a little fun, I reckon. Pardon me, Colonel. I want to see the excitement. He's wild and woolly. Whoopee! Wham! Gosh, gee! One of the wranglers must be breaking a bronc. Gee, that's some riding. Who's up? Wild Bill Hillcock. He's a new hand. He's a new hand. What the old man imported. I should think that Gus would choke him. Yeah, we just is um churs compared. We're just amateurs compared to Wild Bill. He killed a hoss with his bare fist. Whoops, there she blows. Look out below! Flannel pajamas, it's little Jerry. Can you get on the next page there? Gee Wilkins, a fellow needs a parachute in this here country. You aren't hurt, are you, kid? A young Wild Bill Hillcock right there, I guess. Well, here after I'll take an airplane, it's safer. At least a plane doesn't turn around and kick you. Air Jerry, Mister LaHawk, Colonel Yeager. He say Ryder come in chop. Have news of slants or strange airplane. What? Quick, Jerry. We are taking off. Dead Man's Gulch. What a pleasant sounding shoot. Doesn't sound very pleasant to me, Mr. Hawk. Meantime, Silky Sims and the Pima Kid were shooting a duel in the pitch darkness of the black hole. Woo! That was close. Ventriloquism, why didn't I think of that? Look out, kid! Here's where I plan a center shot. I'm coming for you, kid. That'll hold you for a while, mister. Crash! Nice going, but you're shooting in the wrong direction. What the Sam Hill? Come out where I can get you. Your time is about up, my fair-haired lad. Bang, bang, bang! A fellow can't be in two places at once. Sure I can. I'm twins. Hoist 'em aloft. Hoist 'em, all of which goes to show the power of mind over matter. Get on the next page. Interesting story, eh? Hey there, Toys. He must have stepped away. Toys is on autopilot. Yeah, I just saw that. Like hyperinflation. A little person, clairvoyant, gets arrested. He's back now. See that he's back now, apparently. Clairvoyant arrested. He escapes jail that night. Next day, police put out an APB. Be on the lookout for a small, medium, at large. Yeah. All right. I didn't even realize you stepped away from the computer there, my friend.
Oh, sorry about that. I was not going to interrupt you when you're going.
Yeah.
I had my stand-in was there, literally standing in for me.
All right. Looks like they scanned this one upside down. All right. That doesn't help much. All right. So, well, unfortunately, stop there because it would make no sense to try to read the next page without having been able to read the previous one there.
Yeah.
So, that's like that. Let's see. War on crime. Here's another one. Let's first off see where we're at on time here. Oh, 55 minutes, so we're still making good time there.
Oh yeah.
Like,
We're doing great.
yeah. War on Crime by Rex Collier. Applegate and Suhey each bought a coupe. Your cars have been delivered, sir. Okay, I'll pack the bags. Don't pack. Don't pack this. Keep it handy in your pocket. You said it. We better keep moving. I'm writing Joe to send our mail to Topeka, Kansas, care of General Delivery. True stories of G-men activities from the files of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. That's what war on crime is. Um. Oh, actually, there was okay. No mail, and no. Oh, wait. Note may make instructions were um, made to have serious consequences. Mail instructions. No, mail instructions were to have serious consequences. Okay. All right. Let's see. Pair. Um, pair registered in Kansas City, little dreaming what the morrow brings. Morrow is short for tomorrow, usually. Just a fancier way of saying it.
Yeah.
This looks like a good place. Okay. The FBI was called back to the National Bank. Another robbery? Yes, we'll send agents there at once. They wore no mask and worked swiftly. They didn't leave a clue. No clue, but their wrecked automobile. Let's have a look at that car. Looks like pistol carton. Look, looks like a pistol carton. Look, here's a number. Maybe maybe it's a serial number. I'm going. Excuse me. I'm going to Bridgeport. They found a car the robbers commandeered after the wreck. How about that serial number? That gun was bought in Bridgeport a week ago by a man named Moore. Mr. Moore, address unknown, name is probably fictitious. Yeah, you know that a lot of the gun control people would be up in arms about that statement.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
Like they used a fake name to get a gun. Why? How could you? The FBI checked at Baltimore. The factory says a 45 automatic of the number was sold to you. That's right. That's right. And we sold it to one James Reagan. Yes, a James Reagan stopped at this hotel, gave a New York street address. Wait, let me take that down. Wait, let me take that down. Washington says an East 85th Street address. Check up there at once. Right, sir. Mr. Reagan isn't listed as I suspected. Let's make a few inquiries. Reagan, never heard of him. I live here alone. Alone? And why do you have three beds? Continued on the notice.
It's like one to sleep in the morning, one to sleep in at night, and one to be drunk in during the middle of the day. How it works out.
That could be. Let's see what they have to say about that. Seems strange you'd need three beds if you're living alone, Mr. Mauer. I keep him a guest. Mind if we look around a bit? Well, okay, I guess. We couldn't find anything suspicious except those beds. How can he explain this report from Baltimore about telegrams he exchanged with Reagan? We'll find out right now. If you don't know James Reagan, why did he send you these messages from Baltimore? Messages? I don't know what I don't know. Let me think. I think the story's starting to crack a bit because
Yeah.
he has to actually think about these messages for somebody he supposedly doesn't know. Dude's caught in a line and just keeps digging himself deeper in that hole, doesn't he? When you say that, boys.
Most definitely. Doesn't sound like he had a good story in the first place.
Yeah. We'll give you time to think, Mauer. You're under arrest. Okay, G-Man, I'll go with you. We know this Reagan sent you several messages. All right, I'll give it to you straight. He and the others used my apartment before the Katona bank robbery. I know them only as Bob and Moore. I let them hide here. How did you meet these fellows? Ex-convict Haberman brought them. They'd been in prison together. Leonard Haberman, too, made a confession. What are the real names of Bob and Moore? Bob is Robert Suhay, and Lewis Moore. Lewis Moore. And Lewis Moore is really Gerald Lewis. Knew them both. Great Meadows Prison. Yeah. Knew them both at Great Meadows Prison.
Hmm.
Look, Lewis alias Glenn Applegate was reported as Alfred Power Allen, Power Alien. Must be some mistake. Yes, sir. He was one of the bandits. Then Lewis smuggled himself back into this country. The robbers were Robert Suhey and an accomplice of many aliases who was deported under the name Alfred Power. Look up their relatives. Find something? Plenty. This envelope, mailed recently, um, comes gives a return address of General delivered Topeka, Kansas. See you next month. So, well, back in these days, remember a lot of these were reprints, so
Yeah.
they were so they were brought together as their Pepsi. Well, maybe a couple of lines of history, Funland. Here's one of those activities pages from back in the days.
Hmm.
As a crossword puzzle, it would seem, or a word search, whatever.
Waiting to see those decoder rings pop up at some point. That'd be pretty cool. Which is hilarious because back in the day they would make you buy the ring, mail it to you, and then you'd get it to decode all the messages to find out the messages were just advertising like cereal or what, cigarettes or something. That's actually kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. Scissors. Holly of Hollywood. Look at this one. So, Mr. Glantz has a job for me, huh? I'll hop right down and see him. I want you to go to do a ballroom dance and make it funny. Well, that's easy. We'll just fill the ballroom with laughing gas. That's cute. uh, don't know if that's what he actually meant, but Holly of Hollywood by Pop Moment, I guess. Look through here. Another Napoleon, Cat of Nine Lives, on Ferry. I may come back to some of these and read, may go back over some of the okey dokes.
Cool. Oh, cool.
That was the king from before, I believe, on the cover.
Yeah.
Come back because there's at least a couple I want to find before we. All the of the movies, Scorchy Smith, Stenog, Above the Crowd, I believe. And okay, well, this isn't quite the. So, back in these days too, they'd have at least one text story in there. If I understand correctly, the text story was to where they could keep its magazine designation. You know, I don't know if that. I don't fully understand what that was all about, but Bay Bunting.
She looks like someone bunted her.
Yep. Oh, there's another couple of. I'm trying to find them here. Punky. Is a minute. Queenie. Okay, here's one of the ones I was trying to find. Queenie. I thought we would have hit Connie as well, but guess we didn't. We must have went right past her. No, maybe not. From what I understand this. So here's Queenie right here. Here. So.
Oh, throw her back.
Huh?
So, throw her back.
I simply must buy a car, but I can't find one to fit my personality. Oh boy. Look at her. Look at her face. Look at her body type.
Yeah.
I see. I think I see what's coming.
Yeah, she needs to find a car that fits her personality.
There's one just your size. You see the exclamation point from the lady.
Yeah.
Queenie's a little girl there.
That's the plate number. Oh, okay.
Pretty, but the price is too high.
Now,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say nowadays, if that was the price of a car, that's a steal. Brand
Yeah,
new.
but remember, this is a depression.
Oh yeah. Had their Bennett buggers
Right,
going.
towards the end of the depression, mind you, but still, it was during the time of the depression here in the States.
Yeah. See, Depression era, they would have ripped the engine out because gas was too high, and they would have hitched up some horses to it to pull it.
Well, you do know that, you know what automobiles were initially called, right?
Buggies?
There's another, well, having more to do with the mode of transportation of the Old West.
No? What was it?
Horseless?
Oh, horseless carriages, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, during the Depression, they got horses back, so.
Yeah. Heck, that's the license, that's the number plate. Trucks. There's a sign of trucks. And look, there's Queenie sitting there like waving her finger at the lady. Oh, now there's something.
Ooh. There's just enough room for one of her cheeks.
It sure is, but wait, is it? It sure is, but what is it? Special $33.
Yeah.
I know that would a $33 car would really be a steal today.
Yeah. They'd be better off
Yeah,
selling it for crap,
I guess that's the end of that strip there.
That's too bad. That one was actually pretty fun to read.
Yeah. The gay 30s. Now, of course, the term gay back in this point in time,
happy, yeah.
Yeah, it was a totally different meaning than it does today. But why don't we take a quick peek at what all this is about here? Let's see.
Oh, a joke for BatGoat. I just thought of it. What does an orphan's father and Nemo have in common? The fact that they both are impossible to find. Ooh.
Horseless carriage.
Yeah. Oh, neither can be found.
Silly but effective. Drink more old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's when we were talking about the Dakota rings.
Yeah. Well, according to BatGoat, $10,600 would be 208 $1,953.82 today. According to dumb calculator. uh, how about that's good? Anyway, let's see. All right, so let's take a look. So, Blind Man's Bop.
Ooh.
Let's see what this one says. Eh, There's a chance. There's a chance you've been waiting for, Sam. Just walk up and smack him.
He's not looking.
Hey, that's a good idea. I'll do it. Lyman's Bop. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
here we go. Here, let's see the absentees, and it's just simply you just get the picture of you get the one kid there in the blue shirt staring out the window. You got the other ones who are all reading the book. I mean, the one kid next to the blue shirt kid looking at the blue shirt kid. Let's see. In the middle here, let's see. We don't see. Hopscotch, huh? Well, let's ya hop. Let's see ya hop. See, dirty trick. Come on, it stopped raining. You gotta give me a chance to catch back some of my losings. I ain't no chinnies and all that mud. I ain't no chinnies and all that mud. Nobody for nobody. All right. And then we got jailbird or cuckoo. Why are you sitting out there for Sunny? I was getting worried about you. All right. What are you sitting out there for, Sonny? I was getting worried about you. We was playing cops and robbers, and this line on the ground is a jail. They never did come back to let me out. Let's see. So there you go. There's the gay 30s, and then animals in the news, pen pal bag, pen pals. Yeah. All right. And then here's the advertising page, and I'm sure as a toy collector, you might find some stuff you might be interested in there. You can blank cartridge pistol, midget pocket radio, $1 for midget pocket radio, 25 cents for a world mic,
I feel
dollar
like we've
for
seen this advertisement before, haven't we?
well, we probably have because
Yeah.
these are common in at this point in history. These were common in every comic book.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have all these you know that BatGoat and I would go over this quite a bit, but there's his pew pew right there.
Yeah, his blank gun.
Yeah, I like to call it the pew pews.
Yeah. Fun
Yeah,
fact: back in the day, they actually used actual rounds to go in some of them guns, and all you do is bore out the barrel, and you'd have a firing pew pew.
all right. So Let's get at least a couple of the. See, let's see. Let's see what this says. A Freddy Fly scan. I don't know if this is the name of the guy who actually scanned this to this site. Freddy Fly.
Mhm.
All right, so we've been through it once, and we covered at least some of the main ones that I was looking for. Let's see where we're at on. Oh, we're at an hour and 20 minutes. So,
Yeah.
well, let's
Time
see.
flew.
Yeah, well, I could go back and go through quickly some of the humor ones that are like one pagers, I guess.
Mhm.
See what we can go back through one more time to see what we might find in terms of the or like so. Now, from what I understand, okay, so this is Napoleon by Clifford
Right.
McBride. I'm guessing Napoleon here is the dog there. See that dog
Yeah.
at the fence there? I think that's Napoleon. So this is
Mhm.
more of a visual
Yeah.
comic, I believe.
It's more reminiscent of the old bubblegum comics.
Hmm.
Most of those were just the old vintage funnies that would they just throw like a couple of panels on the stick, the little paper, and then you get a quick laugh or not.
So you got the little kid trying to blow up the balloon there, and
Hmm.
then Napoleon the dog comes along and blows it up for him until it explodes right in the kid's face. That looks like. What do you? How old would you say that kid is? I would guess about 5 years old.
I'd say probably younger because I don't know. By the time my kid was 5, he's already standing up to my waist. He looks like he's a bit shorter.
Like
He's
that, he's
probably
crying.
4,
Like he's
3 or 4.
the dog ran. Napoleon ran away there, and
Yeah.
and the kid's crying. He he busted my balloon. Ah, ah. Never mind, young fellow. I'll buy you another one, the same color.
Hmm.
Like Napoleon's following him.
Yeah.
Now, now, Napoleon, I want you to leave his balloon alone, and don't let anyone bother it. The kid's looking down. The dog's looking down. Uh-oh, bird.
Now the crow's got it.
Oh, and the crow just pecked it. And the kid's crying
Mhm.
again.
Yeah.
And the bird's taking off, and the dog's going after him.
Hmm.
Napoleon's going after him.
Must have been a really nice shiny balloon. That's the only reason it would attack it.
Yeah.
It's either that or the kid seriously offended one of his friends at some point in his life.
Goofy gags. Okay, now blow. Like the elephant right there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, a woodpecker. Oh my gosh, a woodpecker. As
He's
I'm
gonna
still
dump him.
the woodpeckers.
Oh, here's
I,
a joke for BatGoat right here. Why don't you ever see a pregnant Barbie? Because Ken comes in another box.
uh,
Think about it. Think about it. He got
so back goes
it.
Superfly. It's Napoleon Dynamite. Bazooka Joe. Uh,
Ghost stories. Oh, this is only my imagination.
Ghost stories. I hope this is only my imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Got a ghost wrapping him up. Casper, the friendly ghost, friendliest ghost. And granted, I know that's a little later, but I think I gave him too much gas. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine taking a fart flight, right?
Yeah.
Fart flight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take Artie, Buddy, and Fatty. Right, we obviously won't read that for obvious reasons. I don't know if you saw before I pulled it back up why I said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we can't. It looks like we can't read the artistic Artie, which is just a little. Come on, kid. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
You make a finished drawing of that heavy line. And then we already read, of course, the Roy Powers story. Yeah. Let's get into a huddle, and this is a little bit more of a text. Famous funny pen pals. The Nipper. Prints in the sand of time. We already read the Sky Road story. Airbus theory. What?
Oh, BatGoat's like, holy crud! La Balloon Drogue is from 1956. I'm old.
High gear Homer. Yes, sir. As sweet a fly rod as was ever made, and only 27,000 or $27.50. Look, see how easily that line goes out. Here, I'll give it to you for free. No kidding. No kidding. High gear Homer. Yeah, I'm going to give it to you so that you get busted instead of me for taking that guy's hat.
He got busted in the chops.
Uh-huh. Near life's like that.
Yeah. How do you live in Canada and not speak French? Because I am not French.
Well, and not all of Canada is French speaking.
It's literally just a very, very small portion of Canada that speaks French, and everyone laughs at them. Even the French laugh at those Canadians that speak French because it's not real French.
I mean, it's, if I understand, the only French part of Canada is the province of Quebec, right?
Yeah.
You know, where Montreal is and all that.
Yeah.
So.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people that are like, "Oh yeah, I'm French Canadian." I'm like, "Oh yeah, so you're Canadian that speaks fake French," and then they get right upset. I'm like, you're speaking French from like that's like never evolved, and you guys bastardized the language in the first place, so it's terrible French.
Well, it's kind of like, as I understand, I
like
mean, you know, again, it's only in the province because all your other provinces have as far as I know, English names. Newfoundland, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia. Well, Nova Scotia, that would be more Latin, I think. Let's see, Labrador. Well, you're of course in the province of Ontario, as I recall, right?
Yeah. Ontario. Yeah.
Then you have Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, Alberta, British Columbia, the Yukon Territory. I think I've got the majority of them down, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And to answer BatGoat, yeah. The Canadian French sounds very hick. Like if he is what he's looking for.
Uh, violets, 10 cents. Violets. I'll take a bunch if you're sure they're not the shrinking kind. Shrinking violet. Squeaky. Wait. Want to speak to the boss? Uh, better call back later. They're deciding that right now. A guy and his wife there.
Yep.
Squeaky.
He taught back and gets a punishment.
Oh, hey, let me ask you something, toys. Does
Okay.
it does this scene look familiar to you?
No. I just get the glare. It's like
Yeah. Don't suck your thumb like that. You may need it someday to get a ride.
it's gotta learn the code of the road somehow. Get in that practice.
Excuse me a moment. Would seem Chloe is.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. So, how's it going, everybody? Enjoying the show? I hope so. It's been very fun. Time's been flying. Now, as you saw, I have my awesome figure here. It's a Scaraglow figure. I printed him in rock PLA head and chest. Uh, this is Overture PLA legs, arms, crotch area are made out of Overture blue, which is this one right here. Not bad. I had to paint it white because I ran out of this stuff. This stuff used to be $25, 24 something a kilogram, a kilo, and it's now $61. And I'm like, I don't know if I even want it. I want to make another piece like that. You want to see some cool toys? Okay, 1 second here. What do I have that's cool? Everything's cool. That's the problem. Oh, here. This is a newer toy. Oh, no. Oh, I got something stuck on my sleeve. Oh, no. Cool toy. This is Decker from Nightbreed right there. There we go. Good old button face. Now he's got both. He's got his knife and his machete. There's the stand I designed to hold pretty much anything as long as it fits. The figure comes with a. Let me stand him up. This is a Migo figure, by the way. The figure comes with a suitcase that holds the rest of his knives, which I have up here. Oh no. All right, what else do we got? This is a bit of an older one. This is a getaway car or a gangster car from the 90s Tracy toy line. It's one of the hardest ones to get complete, which this one is. I had this is the only one I kept out of the whole collection that I had. I had everything still mint on card except for one figure, and that was the blank. Oh, Mike's back.
All right. Thanks for waiting, and hope you were able to entertain everybody there. Toys.
I tried.
Let's see. All right. Do not disturb. We traded our men at work sign for it. Look at it. Do not disturb. I don't know if the cop feels too keen on that, but hey, whatever. All right, so let's see. I know we're past the hour and a half mark, so probably try to go up to about quarter till, and then we'll probably start wrapping up as we usually do. War on Crime, we of course saw that. Jitters. More, uh, more panel humor, really. Idea. All right, let me see. Who? Dickie Dare. My turn. My turn, Tubby. Sock 'em, Cap. Smash Girl's door. Hurry. Okay, Chief. Oh, predicament. Whether to investigate, rack it down, corridor, or save colleague. Help! I'll lunch! Coming, honorable colleague. Coming, honorable colleague. Now, door gives way. Sorry, princess, painful measures necessary. Meanwhile, Tubby has smashed in the door of Carol's cell. Quick, miss. We're clearing out of this joint. Quiet, everyone. We're fading into the throne room. Gee whiz, gang voices. Betcha it's the bunch of palace servants. Get your guns, men. Something's up. You men scatter through the palace while I go to the operating room. It's Pistol Dicky. To the shadow throne room, to the shadowy throne room, steals one of Sting's armed servants. Gah! Grab his gun, Tubby. Next page. Dicky Dare is the name of this feature, by the way.
Cool. Dickie Dare.
That sounds like a pretty good, hearty title.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Oguchi has wrenched the princess loose. Please, honorable bosses, attend with ears. Dan Flynn has escaped. Dan Flynn has escaped? Quick! We must catch him! Let me go! Catch him by all means, but leave me out. In the throne room, that'll fix you. Gee, we've got 2 guns now. An open window. Let's scram. Right, Carol, jump. Now what, Captain? Path into the jungle leads close beside the powerhouse. Into the jungle. Wait, there's a machine shop in here. Let's get a file for the handcuffs. I'll get that file in half a sec. Gee whiz. Looking in here, gang. A garage and a car. Say, if we could once get this old wagon started. There's gas in her, all right. Open the garage doors. Get aboard, everyone, and keep low. She's off. Keep that gun handy, Tubby.
Oh,
Well, Tubby was kind of a common nickname back then for guys who were a little bit more
heavy. Yeah.
plump. Yeah. We each came up with a term for it. Hey, boss, that old thundering gang of prisoners is busting loose. Massive intellect informs me that prisoners most likely to hide in throne room. See it on the next page. There. Hooray! We're off! The window. They have escaped from the palace. By, by honorable ancestors, the car. I'll, I'll fix that. Look, Cubby, a man in the window with a rifle. What? Watch! Two shots ring out almost at once. Three. Isn't this a heavenly sensation, boys? Yes, but we're not out of the woods yet. In fact, we're heading smack into them. So they're trying to escape. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, no. That was more of a literal illusion right there. It's more like we're not out of the woods yet. In fact, we're heading right into them. That's quite a literal illusion right there. When you say so, toys.
Yeah.
Hour 42. So this will probably be the last feature we'll look
Oh,
at
okay.
because it's like hour 42 already. So it'll probably be a good time to start. How long is this 1912 rattle trap going to hold out? And we're still handcuffed. I forgot to grab the file. I forgot to grab the file from that garage. Wow. Well then, look at what I tucked away. Gee, I was in luck when I drew you for a partner.
That he was.
Say, lick a million, I can lick a million of them devils now. Yeah, well, you'll probably have a chance. This road's petering out. Jumping jacksnakes, boss. We'll never catch 'em now that they've got that car. Got the car. Matters not so sad. That road unfit for motor travel. 3 miles maybe. They drive then. He's he's right. The roadie's swallowed by the jungle. She looks sinister, and look at her face right there. Doesn't that look like a sinister look?
Yep.
Quite sinister looking lady
Yep.
there.
And BatGoat said, "Did they say 1912? I'll look up the Model T 4-door and see what it's worth." Uh-oh.
And so, Dr. Ian, in 1 hour, we will have them back again. Good. It's vital that we capture them. Wow, look dead ahead. Now what? And there ain't no detour. There ain't no detour signs either. This car wreck it is washed up. Only one thing left now. Come on. 5 minutes later, those devils will be sure to track us. Let Sambush here. Let's ambush them here. Maybe we can do a little manhunt on our own account. The car. Yes, now watch Oguchi got big typical brainwave. Only Dr. Sting remained behind as the palace force spreads through the jungle. Let us look at our other actors. John Barrington's plane roars across Siam into Burma. There's no telling what's ahead of us. Remember, I hired you fellows to fight. Shoots us, boss. You give the orders. We land at Mandalay in a few minutes. This Sita will be there to meet us. While I talk to her, you men help the pilot refuel. Baby's big plane has settled down on the Mandalay field. So, your Sita? This is Inspector Chisholm. Tell us your story, my girl, quickly, and continue next month. So there we go. So I hope everybody enjoyed the stories tonight that we went through. I was trying to make them as entertaining as I could.
They were pretty good.
Yeah, I'm hoping my voices were okay, even though I probably seemed a little strained at times. Let's see, Ario in driving condition, 26,500, not too bad, honestly. Should I check Ford?
Yeah, check Ford out, see what it's worth.
Laugh out loud. The real Ford models for sale are application phone numbers only, meaning expensive.
Yeah.
So I take it at 7 digits. 7 digits, which would put it in the millions, I take it. Alrighty then, so we're at an hour 48. So I guess it's a good time to wrap up. Toys, if you'll stick around after the show for a few minutes for post show. All right, guys, we're gonna start wrapping things up. I hope everybody enjoyed the stream tonight. BatGoat, thank you for dropping in. Also, BatGoat, I wanted to ask you, and I was thinking of mailing this question to you, but if you had a chance to make that report we talked about yet, just out of curiosity, about that one individual with the threat. I know you're having some difficulties. I was just wondering if there was an update on that. I know you've been busy with other stuff. Just curious. Peace Brothers, great show. Thanks. But I wonder if he heard me before he decided to peace out.
Yeah, well, there's a 30-second delay for the stream, so.
All right. So, anyways, we'll go ahead and start wrapping.
He answered you, Mike.
Huh?
He answered you.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
Not yet, Mike. I'll work on that soon. All right. I get that you're on vacation, so I'm trying, but obviously we want to do that as soon as possible, just so just so it's on record and stuff. So, all right. So, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping up here. I'm just gonna take a quick peek here. Let's see, 81, 2006, and 2011. Okay. All right. So, without no further ado, today is Friday, December the 10th, 2021. So, let's take a look back at this day in Nietzsche history. And the first stop we're going to go back 40 years ago today, back to 1981, as on this date, 40 years ago today, the 345th issue of Batman went on sale on this date back in 1981, 40 years ago today. Sold for 60 cents. It was 32 pages. It had a Batman calling Dr. Death was the main story. The backup was a Catwoman story called Terror Train. So on this date in 1981, the 345th issue of Batman went on sale. So. Also, on this date in history, we head back now 15 years ago today. On this date, 15 years ago today, from the Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida, TNA held its Turning Point pay-per-view that year. Main event saw Samoa Joe defeat Kurt Angle. Also, in a three-way NWA World Heavyweight Championship match, Abyss retained his title over Christian Cage and Sting. Christian Cage, known to most fans as Christian from the WWE. In a tag team ladder flag match, the Latin American Exchange, composed of Hernandez and Homicide, defeated America's Most Wanted of Chris Harris and James Storm. For the TNA X Division Championship, with Jerry Lynn serving as special guest referee, Christopher Daniels retained the TNA X Division Championship over Chris Sabin. Eric Young defeated Miss Brooks in a bikini contest. And in a Paparazzi Championship Series 5-man elimination match, Senshi had defeated Alex Shelley, Sanjay Dutt, Austin Starr, and Jay Lethal. So there we go. So that happened 15 years ago today in TNA. And finally, the final piece of niche history we shall get to will be from 10 years ago today. As on this date, 10 years ago today, the Zex OVA, A Dark Rabbit Has 7 Lives, premiered on this date in 2011. 10 years ago today, the Zex OVA, Zex produced OVA, A Dark Rabbit Has 7 Lives, premiered on this date. So there we go with that. I thank everybody for being here. It looks like you said something here. I had to shut a site down.
Yeah. BatGoat said snow starting to pile up, and I was like, yeah, I just shut a work site down yesterday. People weren't happy.
Are you a foreman or something on your job?
I look up for people's interest, make sure that they don't. I'd say like it's like a very well paid quality control.
All right. All right. Well, I thank everybody for being here tonight. Next week, of course, we'll have RJ Carter of Critical Blast joining us, service co-host. I thank you again for being here. George, we'll be talking a little bit after we get off here. And I hope I can have you come back on January the 7th. That'll be the next time I'll need you for co-hosting duty. So I hope you'll make the time for that. Anyways, I thank everybody for being here, and I shall bid you all good night. I'll see everybody on Monday. Bye.
Bye.